Here are 5 sites to share your articles or blog posts to make more money from your writing. Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post up videos. My name is Adina and I am a 7-figure content writer, digital entrepreneur and most recently software developer, and I show you how to build consistent income streams from your written content. Specifically, my expertise lies in writing, and I've used written content to build several businesses over the years: digital product business, content writing business for clients, and various other businesses such as blogging businesses as well, and I continue to run all of those businesses. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about 5 websites that you can share your blog posts or articles on for you to get more money and views. More money, more traffic equals more views. You can click any of the links in the description that I have down below, some of my digital products. For this particular video, I'm going to recommend that you grab and download 33 Immersion method, which is a method that I've coined in order to help you to build topical authority as a content writer. And you can actually take this same method and translate it into video content as well. Okay, so obviously, everyone wants to earn more money from their content. And when it comes to written content specifically, I remember when blogging was so popular, and the acronym that you'd hear over and over again was SEO, search engine optimization. Okay, and obviously there's so many factors that are associated with search engine optimization, and one of those things is sharing your articles on specific platforms that have a high domain authority that will help your articles over time rank. But for me, it's not just about ranking the articles on Google, it's also about having your links in places where people can actually see them and click on them. So it's kind of, sharing your links, it has several effects. One of those is that you gain more visibility by the links being there and people actually directly clicking on those links, as opposed to just appearing in the search engines. People on those platforms can just go ahead and click your article, and that over time helps with gaining more viewers and readers, loyal followers and subscribers, and eventually customers that might purchase your digital products or your affiliate products or your services. Okay, so the first one is Many Stories. Many Stories is a little known platform that's specifically designed for sharing articles. It's not like Pinterest where you have to design something and all of that. All you do with Many Stories is copy and paste the link and click share. And you can also add tags and stuff as well. Many Stories is cool. Many Stories was actually created by one of the developers that works for Medium. I don't know if he still works for Medium actually, but I believe that he's created his own company called Pen Name, and he has multiple different digital assets off the back of Pen Name. But anyway, so I like to share my Medium articles, my blog posts, and my Hub Pages articles, and my Vocal Media articles. One thing I have noticed about Hub Pages is that sometimes it doesn't seem to connect with Many Stories. Many Stories, sometimes it doesn't recognize a link. I don't know why. But one thing you need to bear in mind with Many Stories is that sometimes if you sign up, they put you on a waiting list. I'm not really sure why, but that's what it is. Anyway, the next one is Flipboard. Flipboard is also known, is also a little known content sharing platform. You don't hear much about it. It's there, but you don't hear much about it. With Flipboard, you create content hubs or boards where you share articles and videos from the web. So Flipboard is good because you can share your YouTube videos on there as well. So you share your articles and anything you find online that you'd like to share with your audience. And with Flipboard, it's kind of very similar to Pinterest in the sense that you create mini boards and they're based on specific topics. So for example, health, and you're going to put all your health related stuff that you find online in that board. You're going to put all your fashion related stuff in another board, and people can just flip through the board. Basically, it's like flipping through. It's almost like if you were to think about it, like a Rolodex kind of thing, just flipping through and seeing all the different types of content. I like Flipboard. I'm not going to sit here and say I've seen massive results because of Flipboard, but for me, I feel like posting your links on multiple platforms can, you know, it can't harm, it can't hurt. You just don't want to spam your links, but posting them on platforms where people actively go and seek content is always going to be a good thing. Pinterest, obviously, you know, this is really an obvious one. I batch create Pinterest posts and I post straight after publishing. So if I post a piece of content right this second, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create 3 pin images for 1 article. It sounds a bit much, but I find that it's worked for me. And I've noticed that I've had digital product sales come through Pinterest. So I've created an article specifically about a specific topic, and I've put a digital product link in there, and you know, I know for a fact that most of those sales have come through Pinterest or come through the article that was shared on Pinterest. You know, so last month I noticed 30% of my traffic came from Pinterest. So even if I don't blow up on Pinterest as in gain loads and loads of followers, I'll still post there. You know, I post 3 pins, like I said, for every single article. And I do the same thing for videos as well. I haven't been doing it on this channel, to be honest with you, but I have done it on my other faceless channels. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but I have a few faceless channels. This particular channel is a channel that used to be faceless, and I migrated it over to be a personal brand channel. And so I've noticed that when you go from being a faceless and then start showing your face, it takes time for people to really warm up to the fact that it's now a face channel. The next one is SlideShare. SlideShare is a fun slide content platform where you create educational slides. So what I do is I create mini slides and add my article links. This is also an effective way to promote digital products and services as well. The thing about SlideShare though is that it does take a bit of time because you have to create the slides, but I'm going to tell you the biggest hack right now for creating engaging slides without doing a single bit of work, and that is to literally copy and paste an article that you've already written into Canva AI and tell Canva AI to create an engaging slideshow with different colors, whatever colors you want, and tell it to make sure that the slideshow isn't as detailed as the original article. So you want to make it kind of more like a summary slideshow, so like 3 slides or something, but it's not going to be like really detailed, otherwise people won't click on the article because it's going to have too much information. And then the final one is Mix.com. Mix.com is a content discovery and social bookmarking platform designed to help users explore, save and share personalized web content, so like articles, videos, images and more from across the internet. Mix used to be called StumbleUpon, and then I believe Mix was already a platform, and then Mix purchased StumbleUpon, they acquired StumbleUpon, so now it's just Mix.com. But when you type in StumbleUpon, you see it still comes up in the search, and then it will say, oh, StumbleUpon has changed to Mix.com. So I share my content here twice a week. I don't share every day on Mix.com. But anyway, I'm going to give you some bonus tips here as well. So you're going to add your article links to previous articles. So just like you would with a YouTube video where you put another video up in the cards, you're going to put your article links into your previous articles. And so you're going to do you're going to put your previous articles into your current articles. So you're going to put something like related content, and then you're going to add the link to your article, other article. You're going to also add your links to your social media pages, which is a no-brainer. You're going to add your article links to YouTube video description boxes and YouTube community posts. This video that I'm making now is off the back of an article that I wrote that I initially published on medium.com. Then I've repurposed it on vocal.media. So I'm going to leave the links below for both. So you can share in Facebook and LinkedIn groups, which is a no-brainer as well. Share on Reddit and Quora, but you need to do this sparingly and make sure you don't spam, because most of the time all these Quora pages and Reddit subreddits and stuff, they have all these rules, so you need to be really careful. So you also want to add links where relevant to job applications on freelance platforms. I made a video called Sneaky Ways to Drive More Traffic to Your Blog Posts or your articles, and one of the methods that I used was to add the links of my articles to job applications or freelance applications if I was looking for freelance work, and also to job posts. So if I was looking for a freelancer and I wanted my freelancer to write articles that were similar to a piece of content I'd already published on Medium or Vocal or Hub Pages or any other blog, I would say, please read this article, because this is the style of content that we need for our website, or for our client needs this type of content for their website, and it drives a lot more traffic to the site, to the article. The thing is, there's no harm in sharing your articles like this, because at the end of the day, if it's helping someone to understand the type of content that you want, or if it's demonstrating your expertise as a content writer and you're sharing that in your portfolio while you're looking for freelance work, there's nothing wrong with that. You can also share on your WhatsApp status, also create a WhatsApp channel and share there. It's quite interesting because there's actually, you know, obviously WhatsApp is owned by Meta now, and WhatsApp allows you to create a WhatsApp channel. The reason why I haven't actually created a WhatsApp channel is because I feel like I need to create it on my business account, because I don't want it to be on the personal one where all my friends and family are just there and just, you know, clicking on everything. I really want people that are directly interested in the type of content I create to watch my content. I don't want it to just be based on friends and family, unless they're really interested. So I'm going to give you 3 tips for making money from your articles. This is going to be quick. So it's write evergreen and niche content. Why does this work? This works because evergreen articles, e.g. how to start freelancing in 2025, keep generating traffic long after publishing. So an evergreen piece of content is basically the opposite to a trending piece of content, because it's going to be something that people type in. What was that noise? Sorry. I'm not even going to edit that out. It's going to be something that people type in over time. Even though it says how to start freelancing in 2025, it sounds like it's something that is focusing on just, you know, the current time, which is 2025 now. But actually in 2026, you can change that to 2026. So when it gets to like November 2025, you can change that to 2026. And that's going to put you ahead of the game for 2026, because people are going to be already searching for this type of content. So you want to focus on high demand, low competition niches, e.g. AI tools for small businesses, personal finance hacks for students, remote work, productivity for stay-at-home mums. This is like much more niche down than just the general topic of personal finance or the general topic of AI tools. So you're going to use SEO tools like Ubersuggest or Ahrefs to find what people are searching for. Then the next thing is you're going to monetize beyond the platform. So we're looking at digital products, services, affiliate links, repurposing and syndicating content for other platforms. Why does this work? You reach new audiences without reinventing the wheel, basically. So what you're going to do is you're going to republish your article on different platforms. So you can republish on Medium, LinkedIn, or Vocal with something called a canonical link to your original post to avoid SEO issues. You know, I'm not a massive fan of just copying and pasting the same article onto another platform. I do it sparingly. You know, if I have a piece of content that's really long and really detailed and I just don't want to rewrite it, I will just take that article and I'll just copy it and paste it with a canonical link. But most of the time, I just like to rewrite the article. You know, and sometimes I just take the article and I go into Google Gemini and I say, can you please rewrite my article in my voice, but just with different words? And you know, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with using AI like this, because you know, if you're taking someone else's article, copying and pasting it and saying please rewrite this, I think that's wrong. But if you create the article yourself initially and then you ask AI to rewrite it in your voice and tone, just using different words, I really think there's nothing wrong with that. You know, turn long articles into Twitter or X threads, Instagram carousels, or YouTube shorts with call to actions that link back. And so finally, making money or more money from your writing, it's not just about hitting publish, it's about staying visible and intentional. So platforms like Many Stories, Flipboard, Pinterest and more give your work a second and third life with fresh eyes. So what you're going to do is you want to pair that with evergreen content, smart monetization and consistent repurposing, and you're setting yourself up for long-term earnings. So you don't want to just write, you want to circulate, promote and profit. I really hope this helped. Like I said, I have links in the description for a few things. One of them is my 30-free immersion method, which I really highly recommend for anyone who wants to build topical authority on any platform. And then secondly, I have my ideation mastery guide for bloggers and writers. And it isn't just for bloggers and writers though. You can actually use the same ideation guide for YouTube videos and for any other type of content as well. In addition to that, I have my Payhip and Gumroad Done for you, plus my writing coaching stuff down there as well, and I'll speak to you in my next video. I'm currently doing 33 abundance challenge on here. I'll leave a link for that video. I'm also doing content every day in the month of July, so see you soon. Bye.